Hello, everybody. Jerome Wright. Hello, everybody. Jerome Wright is here, and once again, you're joining me on my YouTube Jeronification channel. Okay, I'm back doing a remake of this video with my discovery referencing the Coco Pebbles cereal. Okay, something that's probably in every household. The box in question that I'm dealing with is dealing with the the Coco Pebbles, and it's actually with the Flintstones depicted on there. Now, okay, here's the box over here. In your local store, if you want to go buy a box, that would be fine, but only if you want to. But here's the front of the box right here. It's Coco Pebbles, and it actually has Bam Bam on there with his green club, smacking the cereal, and you have Pebbles, okay, with a spoon in her hand. Okay, Coco Pebbles. All right. Now, what's going on here? On the back of the box, they have a scenario. Okay, they have a scenario where Fred is. I wonder if this light is blocking me out here, and I can't tell if I'm showing this to you or not. But on the back of the box, Fred is riding, as you see there. This is the back of the box scenario that I have up here. Okay, and what's happening here is that I made this amazing discovery. They have a little game on the back of the box. Okay, the game has nothing to do with the discovery that I made. The game is suggesting what changes from this scenario to that scenario. That's it. Okay, and then the next scenario is there's these loose flakes, and they want you to count them and ask them how many which are being hidden. So if you were to tear the box open in two halves, like I did, on the inside it has the answers to what is actually being stated. Okay? The answers are, there are 15 total Coco Pebble pieces. Oh, hold on. Let me give you the question first. The questions are, how many Coco Pebbles can you find in the last scene? Okay? That's the first question. And then the second question, can you spot 8 things that transform from the scene in the upper right corner? Meaning from the upper right of the box to here. All right? The one to the first question is, how many total Coco Pebble pieces are there? It says there are a total of 15 in total, and 6 of which are hidden. So 6 of them are hidden, and that's it. So that ends that game. The second part of this encryption, this cryptic game is the 8 objects that transformed are the school bus driver, the airplane, the house, the dog, the cat, and the mail, the box, and the street. That's it. That's all they're talking about. My discovery about this is completely different than anything that's being suggested by the image. My discovery details the underlining message of this, which is this Coco Pebbles cereal is cross-contaminating the genes of the people that eat it. Now, I know this is a strong and bizarre statement to be making, and strong accusations to be making against post-brand cereal. But it is what it is. I have over 240 videos here. And in each and every one of my videos, I discuss an ancient-rooted cult-like process practiced by entities that actually are causing for the genetic change of mankind's being. It describes how our ancestors got from their darkest, a monkey, ape state, to be transformed into later images of our Caucasian or Asian or Caucasian and other civilizations of people. It's describing how through a cyclination process that can be reintroduced every 400 plus years and shortening, how genetic change can be made to extract the genes that were crossed over in the first place to get us to where we are today. It's my position that the last ones on this genetic process is that of our Caucasian counterparts. They can keep reintroducing genes, changed genes, altered genes, into the civilizations of people that became before them, which is Africans, Asians. You get the picture? Down the line in the order that we were created. There is a record of what's going on. The record is hidden in artwork. If you haven't seen my videos, see my videos. Every ancient civilization has the creatures, which we were led to believe to be mythical. They have the creatures which detail, in graphic detail, how the process was all done. From the oceanic creatures that we evolved from through the ocean, onto the prehistoric creatures. This explains why there are dinosaurs at Angkor Wat on the columns, Triceratops. This explains why on petroglyphs around the world there's depictions of dinosaurs. And this describes why on the burial stones in Peru, South America, why there are people depicted with dinosaurs. But this should not surprise you, because this implication has always been there with these dinosaurs showing up and popping up. Just nobody never explained them. I had the idea that our ancestors were paying homage to them because our ancestors knew that they genetically came from these creatures. So this is the problem that we have. Oh, okay, hold on. I almost turned my phone off. That we are having this image. I know that through the body of the elephant, the genetic bridgings of the elephant, mankind has been emerged and been bridged through. I know through the body of the lion, which is represented here by this saber-toothed tiger, that mankind has been genetically altered and bridged over. I know through the body of the dinosaur, which represents Dino, the dog, the horse, all of that, mankind has been genetically altered and manipulated through with those genes. So therefore, I knew once I seen this picture and was drawn into it to save this cereal box for this incredible video that I'm now about ready to show you. Wherever you see a creature spewing chocolate or chocolate milk, this represents our black, our ape, and our African ancestor, our people of color. How can I prove this? Well, in the cereal flakes, I'm going to bring this up. Here's a close-up. I can't bring it in with, like there. Notice there is, I'm going to make sure, there's an Indian in that cereal flake. I'm going to make sure that I get this. See that Indian? Right there on that cereal flake, right there. Chin, mouth, nose, hairdress. You see that? I'm going to make sure that we got this nice and clear, people. Hold on. I did have it clear. That cereal flake is right here. Then there's another one next to it. Then there's another one here. And then here. There are other beings depicted in the flakes of this cereal. Now, you can't see this with the image turned upright. You only see this now because I showed it to you. Let me see if I can get this again for you, people. See the Indian there? I'm trying to get this to where, all right, we're not so close. I'm hoping that you can see this. There you go there. See the Indian face? Ear, chin, mouth, hairdress on a cereal flake. People, how in the hell and why is an Indian appearing there? Well, because, and it's not just, it's an Indian chief. It's not just on one. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. And this here is a slash between an ape and an African Indian here. 5. Then there are other multidimensional faces on the other cereal. These are encryptions, people. For the people, the maker of Post cereal. For their cult-like commitment to this ancient rooted secret, this ancient rooted process, this cauldron-like process that is dedicated to the genetic altering of mankind's being and the contamination of those that are not included in the process. Meaning, this cereal is harmful for some and positive for others. Now, you see the Indian head there? There's Indian heads on here, people. This is not in the description of the box. Now, what's good about this is there are millions of these boxes in circulation. So some of us have these in our kitchen right now, like I do. And you can take and verify everything I said. Basically, you just take the box, flip it over. I cut this back out and turn it to on the side. And in this position, you will see those Indians, which have no reason or no other explanation for being there except for the reason why I found them and telling you that they're there. So, this little girl here, in her book bag, she has what is appearing on turned up is the head of an ape on her cereal that's supposed to be a hidden flake in her bag for your kids to look at and find in the game. There's an ape head on there. Why is the ape head in there? Because the ape is what actually we evolved from. It is showing you what genes are being manipulated, what genes are being extracted. This little girl, she has on a yellow shirt, a red skirt, a pink book bag, and brown shoes. Mismatched like that. Everybody else seemingly, well, I can't say that, but everybody else seemed to be coordinating other than what she's wearing. Now, her shoes stand out the most. You know what type of shoes she has on? She has on brown Indian moccasins. Brown Indian moccasins. You know what this is stating? Genetic contamination. Through this genetic process that is contained here in this box of cereal. Well, you're saying, well, Jerome, if that's the case, then they will be able to verify it through sampling, checking. It's my position that the perfection of this has something that's always been in place. The most minute effects of a contaminated put into this cereal, the most minute, maybe even practically undetectable. It's my position that the viral effect that it has is through the consumption, the daily consumption or the periodic consumption of this substance. Let's say maybe 10 boxes, maybe 1 box, maybe 2 boxes, maybe 3 boxes. Scientists is going to have to figure that out. But I'm telling you that Post is guilty of genetically contaminating the being of mankind. People of color eating this cereal. In fact, you do not appear on these boxes. People of color, this cereal is hurting you. Trust me. My name is Jerome Wright. I'm going to end that video there. I want to tell you something else though. Quaker Oats. And what got me there to making this video is I began here with Fruit Loops. People, until I come back with my next video, I encourage you, look at the ancient advertisements, the 1940, I think it's from 40s, 45, 50s, 60s. Look at the earliest images of the history of cereal makers, commercialization. You would not believe the advertisement for Quaker Oats on what you see on the boxes. Multi-dimensional images which detail how these ingredients of these cereals are contaminating the being of mankind, of the masses. This is why cereals like this and others, the ideas behind them, the concept, this ancient rooted knowledge, this is why these cereals are so successful in your home, amongst your children, amongst your teens. The very idea caters to the imagination of our thoughts. You know why? Because the manufacturers of this stuff know that we come from these creatures. It's an identifier with us in our minds that is already an implant. It's a memory chip. You instinctively know that you are attracted to this. You know why? Because people, we came from this. These creatures are our ancestors. My name is Jerome Wright. You're watching my Jerome Wright channel. Again, I got to show you this Indian. These Indians have no business whatsoever appearing on the flakes. This girl has no business with Indian moccasins on, out of character of the dressing that she has on. So we got Indian moccasins, Indian heads on multiple flakes, and you can only see them turning it up like this here. Indians don't have nothing to do with this here, with this commercialization of this. Now, we have a brown road. I'm telling you that they're suggesting bridging over genetics, where there are Indian genes. They're talking about cross-contaminating, and this young lady here is showing that on her feet, on her shoes, that's where it's at, showing you a contamination and who these genes are affecting. I'm going to bring up this Indian head again. This is an Indian chief. I don't know why. I had it one time. I'm trying to get it. If I turn it sideways, I can't. There you go, people. You see that Indian chief? I know it's kind of, I don't know if you can see it. I won't know until after the video's made. You see that? See that Indian there? Genetic contamination. Those of you that are eating that cereal, you're being genetically contaminated. It's harmful to some and okay to others. Others are immune to it. But those of you that are not, there go the Indian's head, the chief headset, headgear, all of that. It's talking about extraction. I know more than what I'm telling you here in this video, of course. But for now, people, know that I made an amazing discovery about Pebbles cereal, where Indians do not belong coming out of the sprout with chocolate milk. And this elephant has nothing to do with the commercialization of the product. However, it makes for perfect sense of what I'm telling you, genetic contamination, and they're telling you about genes that are affecting individuals in a cross-contamination effect through the cult-like ritual that post cereal is dedicated to engaging to destroy the genes of our world's people. My name is Jerome Wright. I'm going to end this video there, and there is not one individual or individual groups of this world that is doing this practice that I cannot bring down. I can do this to any entity in our world because I am having a genuine paranormal experience and encounter that allows me to see and understand what this is. Thank you. Hello, everybody. Jerome Wright. Hello, everybody. Jerome Wright is here. And once again, you're joining me on my YouTube Jeronification channel. Okay. I'm back doing a remake of this video with my discovery referencing the Coco Pebbles cereal. Okay. Something that's probably in every household. The box in question that I'm dealing with is dealing with the Coco Pebbles. Name is suggesting what changes from this scenario to that scenario. That's it. Okay? And then the next scenario is there's these loose flakes, and they want you to count them and ask them how many which are being hidden. So if you were to tear the box open in two halves, like I did, and it's actually with the Flintstones depicted on there. Now, okay, here's the box over here. In your local store, if you want to go buy a box, that would be fine, but only if you want to. But here's the front of the box right here. It's Coco Pebbles, and it actually has Bam Bam on there with his green club, smacking the cereal, and you have Pebbles, okay, with a spoon in her hand. Okay, Coco Pebbles. All right. Now, what's going on here? On the back of the box, they have a scenario. Okay, they have a scenario where Fred is. I wonder if this light is blocking me out here, and I can't tell if I'm showing this to you or not. But on the back of the box, Fred is riding, as you see there. This is the back of the box scenario that I have up here. Okay, and what's happening here is that I made this amazing discovery. They have a little game on the back of the box. Okay, the game has nothing to do with the discovery that I made. The game